Hi, my name is Alan from Alan Property. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about HDB 6.8 billion deficit in financial year 2023. Is that sustainable? This is after a heated debate on cost of living, the affordability of public flats, and many other topics that are raised and discussed in Parliament. Here, you all don't play. I got follow up closely on budget speeches made by our MPs. 好寫了, this topic as usual involve government policies. I must be very careful. Later gonna complain about my competitor or my haters trying to bring down my channel. I know you all very well. If I say government is good, you all will fire me. If I say they lousy, you all will love me very much. Anyway, these are only my opinions. Without further ado, let's go. Before I go into details, let me share with you what some of the opposition MP have to share in Parliament. MP Chair and MP for Aljunied Silver Lim said this in Parliament.
The necessity of substantial housing grants, which were further increased in 2023 and again in 2024. This implies that, without them, most citizens would struggle to afford HDB flats. In 2023, then DPM Wong noted that the Singapore dream was no longer about the 5 Cs: cash, car, credit card, condominium, and country club. But it was about fulfillment, meaning, and purpose in life. Could it be that the 5 Cs simply hold no relevance today as they are no longer attainable to many? Specifically, the growing dependence on housing grants prompts questions about future affordability. Parents today are understandably anxious about the housing prospects for their children. Such reliance on government transfers raises concerns about the sustainability of such support.
What she said makes sense. It's not sustainable to keep subsidizing public flats for eligible first-timer buyers. If first-timer cannot own their first property like a basic HDB flat, then this is something very worrying for the young nation. Something is not right here. Does this mean public flats have become unaffordable? This is something we have to seriously think about. Let's go into some numbers. To help Singaporeans own their homes, HDB has ramped up effort in financial year 2021 to deliver on the building program and provide general subsidies to flat buyers. This resulted in the deficit of 3.5 billion, comprising key expenditures such as 2.262 billion deficit for flat currently under development due to increase in BTO supply, subsidies and grant, CPF housing grant of 849 million dispersed to buyers of resale flats and ECs. This resulted in financial year 2021 with a deficit of 4.367 billion. In financial year 2022, it recorded a deficit of 5.38 billion. And in financial year 2023, with an increase of deficit to 6.775 billion. Result for financial year 2024 is not out yet. It will be interesting to see what is the deficit. Should I make a projection here? Don't want lah. Later I kena wrongly, kena fire. HDB has explained many times why it record a deficit. They arise because of more homes are built for Singaporeans due to the home ownership program. HDB has launched many BTO flats over the past years to tame the reckless increase in the HDB resale market. HDB has also provided support for those in need such as lower income Singaporeans to subsidize rental flats to repair works done to such homes. They have also rejuvenated existing homes and towns through neighborhood renewal program to home improvement program to lift upgrading program. All these are good policy to support our lower to middle income Singaporean. I'm perfectly fine with this initiative. By the way, HDB celebrated their 60 years anniversary in public housing last year. They have gone a long way. They have housed thousands of Singaporeans, built beautiful and practical homes for us. They have constantly innovate and create world-class housing that even surpass private condos in every aspects. Let us be thankful for them for 60 years of home ownership scheme. Back to the question, is dishing out housing subsidies sustainable? Let's listen to what our Prime Minister Lawrence Wong has to say.
HDB's deficit has increased sharply. If you look at its annual statements in FY2018, the deficit was $2 billion. Now in FY2023, it's $6.8 billion. And the government's funding to HDB to cover its deficit has correspondingly increased over the years to cover the deficit. Some of you may ask, and it is the right question to ask, is this sustainable? It will not be sustainable if overall property prices keep rising faster than incomes and the financing gap keeps growing year after year.
He has also acknowledged that this is not sustainable. So, why the government is pouring in money? They have mentioned that this is to assist eligible first-timers to own their first home. Since HDB resale prices has relentlessly increased by many quarters, a rising resale market means many first-timers are technically priced out. This indirectly means the resale market is currently supported by PRs, second-timers, private property downgraders, seniors, and a handful of singles. That is why first-timers should be very happy with BTO flats. There's nothing to complain already. After MOP or big what? Make 250,000 to 500,000 profit is nothing. What is 100,000 COE? Small change. That is why COE prices remain elevated for the longest time ever. That is why transport analysts and policymakers are going round and round. When these first-timers sell their current MOP flat and enter the resale market, will they indirectly push up both the HDB resale market and the private market due to their better financial position? That is why if you have noticed, multiple round of cooling measures have minimal impact to suppress the rise in HDB resale price index. Do I make sense here? This is a tricky situation. If you don't build BTO flats for first-timers, what will they do? Obviously, they will have to buy resale flats. This is what happened to me in 2009. Back then, we don't have much BTO choice to choose from. I think the authorities are sleeping then. I have no choice but to buy an old yet expensive HDB resale flat with a 15,000 cash over valuation. Back then, I recall a politician once said, if someone is unable to secure a new BTO HDB flat, they can consider purchasing a resale HDB flat as an alternative option. After hearing this, Lim Pei feel like throwing my slipper at him. That's why many Singaporeans are angry back then. The watershed general election in 2011 was a game changer. When Minister Kabun Wan take over housing, HDB start to ramp up housing supply. Other agencies start to build more hawker centres, improve public transport, healthcare, and even fix our longkang system. Back to 2025, the government has more or less fixed the BTO supply issue. But the general subsidies given to eligible buyers means that someone else are paying for their homes. Correct or not? These are not small change. If I break it down, out of the financial year 2023 deficit of 6.775 billion, out of which 92% or 6.225 billion are spent on home ownership program. If I further break it down, this means each flat received an average subsidized of 165,000. Am I correct to say that? Sorry, all these are my money and your money. These are all taxpayers' money. Call us selfish. But why are we subsidizing them for their flat? Yes, they just start working and they need help. But after MOP, they all big what? When they sell their flat, I doubt they got share their sales proceeds with us. Heng our government is not sleeping and are aware of all these issues. Just a year ago, HDB introduced plus and prime flat category to trim off part of the sales proceeds with a clawback. But this somehow never changed the equation. Buyers receive huge subsidies due to BTO flats that are dealing to resale flat prices. They enter the resale market, indirectly push up resale prices. At this junction, it seems like everyone are playing this game. That is why we can see huge number of second-timers joining the party in any BTO sales exercise. Nobody want to be left out. Do they really need the BTO flat? Seriously, I also don't know. Or are they aiming at the financial windfall instead? That is why this cycle of building BTO flats will continue to pacify eligible buyers. If they are unhappy, they will do the unthinkable in the ballot box. That's life, isn't it? Unfortunately, I don't have a solution to this complex problem. I'm not an analyst or a professor. Neither am I a policymaker. I'm only a property agent. This is not my problem. I will only continue to play by the game and continue to do my sales in this dynamic property market. To part it off, political party PSP has proposed an affordable home scheme. I wouldn't be going into details, but from a property perspective, I don't think this will work. It will further compound the housing issues. First-timer buyers buy very affordable BTO flat already. If you let them buy the cheap, I doubt they need to work already. Anyway, after hearing Mr. Leong Mai Wai fiery speech in Parliament, it is commendable that he loves Singapore as much as most of us. he has mentioned something that touched my heart.
In recent years, government handouts have become regular. It has become a national pastime of sorts to monitor the timetable of handouts each month, which is also publicized in the media and in the HDB lift lobbies. Can this really be healthy for our society? Comments are already circulating on the social media that the new 5 Cs of today are cash, CDC vouchers, climate vouchers, CPF top-ups, and charge cards. I'm sure that the first generation PAP leaders would never have allowed this to happen.
On this note, I think we have to give credit that he has played an impactful role in scrutinized government policy. I think he has made meaningful contribution in Parliament even during his first term. But I think at times, he's very long-winded. In Cantonese, we call it chiong hei. Maybe if he can cut short his speeches and go straight to the point and seek clarification. I think many MPs, including the leader of the House, Ms. Indrani Raja, will be more than happy with him. And the many other MPs like Xue Ling that have young children at home to attend to. It's a long day, Mr. Leong. Chop chop curry pork like this plate of mixed rice in Hougang. Some say this is the birthplace of democracy in Singapore. In any case, I'm selling a 3-room HDB flat nearby. It's a simple flat on the high floor. There are only 1 WC and 1 shower. There are 2 bedrooms. If you are keen, kindly contact me. I've left the links in the description below. That's all. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Stay safe and take care.